I'm speaking out because there are people suffering in silence right now. And if I was going to suffer to the extent that you're aware of, I didn't want to do it silently anymore.
A man no longer silent about allegations of sexual assault involving his own mother and the paternity case that he has now filed. Now, he told police his mother repeatedly sexually assaulted him when he was a child.
She maintains her innocence, but a judge sentenced her to nearly 10 years in prison as part of that criminal case.
And now this man, who's 26 years old, wants to know if his younger brother could actually be his son. He reached out to 8 News Now investigator David Sharns, and David, he really wants to get his message out about it.
Right, and that message is that men are survivors too, right? We looked at the data, and nearly half of all men will report some form of sexual assault or harassment in their lifetimes. Logan Gifford says his life is full of other people's consequences. That pain, he says, will never fully go away, and now he hopes to get help answering one big question.
There's a possibility that my brother could be my son.
It's a question 26-year-old Logan Gifford wants answered. Is his younger brother, conceived around the same time he told police his mother sexually assaulted him, actually his?
I'm still directly involved in the mess that has been left to me.
Gifford telling police that mess began when he was 10 and lasted for 7 years. Prosecutors charging Doreen Gifford with sexual assault and incest. She maintained her innocence and took an Alford plea on charges including attempted sexual assault, meaning she did not admit guilt but believed prosecutors could sway a jury to convict her.
Sending her to prison was halfway vindicating because I thought the largest problem of my life was originally dealt with.
Logan Gifford, the oldest of 4, says with his mother in prison, he was left to raise one of his younger brothers born with cognitive disabilities.
He deserves to have a quiet and peaceful life. And like I said, he's here now. And he and I didn't ask for any of this.
That's led to a paternity case, asking a judge to order an advanced test to determine who is that boy's father.
And if it comes back negative, I'm still filing for custody, because that doesn't change, the obligation that I have to him now.
Now, for Gifford, working on political campaigns, getting married, and having children. But he says getting here wasn't easy.
I really wound up having to make a lot of critical decisions at a very early age because I was looking at the impact that it would have had on my siblings.
Now, he thinks one of those siblings could actually be his son and hopes to finally get an answer.
And it's ugly and visceral, but it doesn't change the fact that it needed to be done.
Records show Doreen Gifford is back in prison, and we asked the Department of Corrections why, but we haven't heard back, and we were unable to reach her. Before her sentencing nearly a decade ago, her attorney maintained her innocence and said Logan, remember a child at the time, had ample opportunity to report those allegations. Now, as an adult, Logan says that kind of statement shows how the system is failing young men like him. I'm David Sharns, 8 News Now.
Very brave of him to share his story, David. Thank you. If you or anyone you know needs to talk to somebody about sexual assault, there is a number you can call at the bottom of your screen. It's 775-221-7600. It takes you to the Nevada Sexual Assault Support Services hotline, and we also have more resources for you on our website.